Katie McLean grew up in Middleton, a small, highly conservative town in southern Idaho. She's a sophomore at the university, currently studying operations management. Although Katie grew up in a modest community, her exuberant, theatrical, and Southern Belle personality originates from the place where she was born, Kansas City. She moved to Idaho at a young age, migrating from a population of almost 500,000 to 7,000 people.
At first, the move was really hard for me because it was right before high school and I didn't want to move across the country. And when I got there, everything was just very different, like the way the people acted, the weather, the region, like everything. So it was really hard at first, and then I adapted over the first year. Some big differences were there wasn't as much diversity here in Idaho, and it was just way more conservative and not what I was used to. So it was very strange adapting to a new environment.
Katie's outgoing personality helped her adapt to the different environment around her. The friendships formed in Katie's community originated from childhood. People grew up in the same neighborhood, rode the same bus to school, ate at the same restaurants, and went to the same church. However, this is where Katie differed from the majority of the people around her. Her close family is of the Christian faith, and although they go to church, it's not the same one as her close friends. Those who surrounded her all belong to the LDS church. Although this situation may differ for some growing up in this town, Katie experienced scrutiny from others when they found out that she had not converted to the religion the community around her practiced. Although some of the ideals of Christianity and LDS overlap, the distinct differences and persistence in her own faith gave her no desire to adopt new practices from her own.
First day of school in 8th grade, a girl came up to me and she was like the first peer that would talk to me, and she was like, "Are you LDS?" And I was like, "What is that?" I didn't know what it was. So it was very early on, and also I noticed the kids were just different than me, and they had like earlier curfews and many little things like that. A lot of people talk about church at school and youth group and everything, and I just sit there and don't have anything to say back because I'm not involved in it. I dated someone for about a year and a half, and he was Mormon and I wasn't, and that was just something we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about religion because there was no point, because neither of us were going to change our minds on what we had our beliefs in, so it definitely affected that relationship. I had support from my parents. They liked him, but his family, I never really spent much time at his house at all. I was sort of a secret from them. He didn't tell them that we were dating for about a year into the relationship, and then when his parents found out, they didn't like me because they didn't think I would have the same morals as them, and they didn't want him to date someone so close to him supposed to go on his mission. I see like different perspectives. Like my close friends, we would get in like deep conversations about like the world and God and religion, and like it opened my eyes to like new perspectives. And then also since we were very close, they were very understanding of my perspective, so it was good relationships with those sort of people. My not so close friends definitely they've not included me in certain like parties or like birthday parties and stuff like that, but my close friends have always been very understanding. My family is all Greek, so all of them encouraged it heavily, but my friends definitely thought that I wasn't going to be able to focus well in school. No, I will not be moving back to Middleton. I'll visit family and friends, but I definitely plan to move out of Idaho. My mom is moving up the executive ladder with her job, so I'm sure she's going to move to a bigger city, so I don't think they'll stay in Middleton either. It's definitely shaped me a whole lot. I believe that it helped me a lot because I was surrounded all of my teenage years by people that were good and never really got in trouble, so I never got in trouble. So I was definitely shaped to be like a good person, and like their kindness definitely rubbed off on me. All my friends are very kind and understanding, so I took that with me to college, like being more open about everyone else's beliefs because they were open about mine. I've seen more changes about like my independence. Like I'm definitely way more independent because there the community really relies on each other and everyone knows everyone's business. So here it's like when I moved here, it was a whole like new slate. So I like just started new, and like I'm like more of my own person now, I feel like. I'm Katie McLean. I come from a small town, but I have big dreams.